Hello again. Kevin Culp back at you from Supermicro, continuing our podcast on deployment of a super cloud developer console. One of the requirements to build into our control plane is the ability to deploy using Kubespray. So this Coupe Spray, also a lot of moving parts. It can become pretty hairy. So one of the things is we're optimizing that to build in an orchestrator product to be able for you to deploy Kubernetes without having to go through this step-by-step guide. But in the meantime, I've provided to you on YouTube. You can follow along, and you should be successful in deploying your environment. So the previous video, we were wrapped around understanding the last variable here, which was Ansible SSH underscore user equals root, which passes the key pair information, which is very, very important. So I had to look up that parameter just to make sure that it was correct before I added it in to the inventory.ini file. So a couple of takeaways with this file is importantly, the host name has to be identical, right, of your host name control. So your host name control has to be a static host name of dev console-america. If both of those are not the same, Kubernetes will complain and basically kick out, and you have an unsuccessful install of the Ansible environment. Your Ansible playbook will get kicked out. So importantly, make sure that host name is identical to what you place in the inventory.ini file. So here we are with the file name. I'm sorry, the host name, and then also the various other parameters. Ansible underscore host equals. These are the IP addresses of our host that we instantiated early on in this podcast through Cockpit. And then what we did is we just taken that Ansible and passed it down to the second line, which is the kube node. So the control plane and the kube node are the same, right? Because we're the control plane. So if you're deploying Kubernetes compute, that would be slightly different, right? You would be adding probably 3 hosts within this configuration and then letting basically Kubernetes know that our control plane is basically developer console, which is the 146. All right. So let's just double check to make sure that we've got the equals there. Everything is fine. Okay, we'll save it. WQ, and let's clear this here. And what we want to do here is look at also the group vars, cd group vars, and then let's walk down the directory structure K8. And then the files is the add-ons file. So we'll go ahead and edit that file. And you want to make sure that your Helm enabled is set to true. And so we'll get out of here. And the next step is to go right, walk back to Kube Spray. We'll go back each directory structure here. And then we're back to Kube Spray. All right. And we should be able to actually initiate the Ansible command. And here it is. We can simply cut and paste that information to the command line. And we issue the command Ansible-playbook-I inventory-North America. We pass in the inventory.ini file, and then also the cluster.yaml file, and we pass the key pairs by the --ask-pass. Hit our return. We're prompted for the password. We'll plug in the password here. And this will get launched. And this whole entire process is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 18 minutes. So you want to let it run for that period of time. And after that, the next one will get into the installation of SuperCloud Developer Console in the next series of videos and run through that to your successful deployment of SuperCloud Developer Console. Thanks again for joining today. Wish you a great day, and we'll see you next time here on deploying a SuperCloud Developer Console deployment. Thanks again for joining.